What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll wait a minute just for everyone to come in, and then we'll get started, all right? All right, so I'm glad, yesterday I had my biggest day in the stock market of 2024, and what a blessing. Thank you, God. And we're just going to keep pushing. We're going to keep learning. We're going to keep growing. As you guys know, BZFD is this only stock that I'm in right now. We traded it from this zone at 360s all the way to 420s. And now that it came down to 360 again, I just took more here. Okay, I took more here on this dip at 360, and I'm looking for new high of day break. So something setting up like this on BZFD. All right, so we want to see it consolidate and then eventually break out. So I am in on this dip, and I'll, be taking this dip area. And as you guys can see, I did just say that I added the dip here on BZFD in the chat. So that being said, BZFD, why do I like it? How did I get this zone? What's going on? So BZFD, first thing I did, right, this is TradingView. The first thing I did when I went to the charts is I went to the weekly chart, and that's what I usually start off with, and then I go to the daily chart. It's whatever in between, but you guys can see that the candle with the highest volume and the biggest move, right? So we look for a demand zone. Now in this demand zone, we can clearly see BZFD is a massive move from $4 to $17 in this demand zone, right? So this is the candle that made a massive move, correct? With high volume. This is the candle that made a massive move with high volume. Now, why do I like it? Well, it's in this zone again. We have now broken out and retested into this zone. So do I think it's done? No way. Simply for the reason of this zone being super strong and having such a massive move to the upside and so much potential. So that's why I think that's why I added this 360 dip, and that is why I have this key level candle close here, in which once we start closing over 376, we have room back up to 439, 464, 492, 532, and the big one here is 670. All right, so these are some resistance lines that I'm looking at. All right, so 376 is that line. So this is playing out kind of nicely. Now, what do I want to see on the intraday chart? What I'm looking for is consolidation into this dip, something like this. So I am in at this 360 dip. Yes, I'm here on BZFD on this 360 dip. Now, in order for that next leg, we're gonna want to see 376 hold, but I think we need one more little dip down to like 370, hold that around here, and then start to head back up. So that's what I'm looking for. And I will be adding dips. I have some limit buys set around the area. So that's why I like the stock. You guys can see it's a massive demand zone on the weekly, right? So it just makes sense that if we went from this area, right, this area went from 4 to 17, am I going to settle for a move like this? Probably not, and I think most traders would, and it's going to surprise attack them for these moves, and that's what I'm ready for. So that's just my thesis behind the trade. I hope you guys get a clear understanding of why I like BZFD, where I'm adding into this 370s dip, right? I hope that makes sense. And one more thing, right? We always talk about liquidity. So what do you guys remember about liquidity? Where does it sit? Where does liquidity sit? Where does liquidity sit? Above highs and below lows. So what happened? This is a candle that what? Made a new high, right? This is a candle with high volume on BZFD that made a new high. It broke through all of these levels. Now, is this a significant level? Yes. Now, what happens here? 363. It breaks below support. What does it do right here? What does it do right here? Why did I take this dip? Because I see that this is a significant level, and once we break under it, this is the liquidity grab that I'm looking for. This is a liquidity grab. So now that we grabbed all stop loss orders, we're going to try to consolidate, set up in this area, probably come down to like 366, in which I would like to get some more, and that's kind of what we're looking at, right? So this is a liquidity grab right there, right below that previous low. Okay, so anyway, let's go over some other stocks. I'll update you guys when I do take some BZFD. I'm watching it on my phone as well. SYTA, let's take a look. This thing is absolutely running right now. Okay, first let's go over BDRX and why I don't swing trade overnight, or if I do, I'm always checking the SEC filings. But you guys know I like to sleep well at night, and I don't like to dream about my stocks, right? So I don't overnight swing unless like it is a actual swing, right? But this was not a swing for me. This was a day trade in which we nailed multiple times, from around $2 key level if you guys were there. But I don't like to swing too much, and this is why, right? Most people will just hold overnight trades, and they will just they'll take this trade, and people will get knifed on. People will get offering. The stock market does not care. The stock market does not care about you, and the earlier you realize that, the better you'll be off for yourself. Now, that being said, please be safe and know what you guys are swinging, know what you're holding, and know where you're putting your money into. Moving on, SYTA. So, pretty incredible run so far, right? We saw buyers step in here. Really no liquidity grab. So I still think that, let's just see. We have two levels that I see off the dome right now. The candle that made the new high, right, which is right here, which is also the highest volume candle on the day. So this is the candle that made the new high, right? We see the open here, broke above the previous high. So I think we need to come down to 358. Maybe not right now, but eventually 358. It depends on how high we go. If we stop here, then probably down to like 358, grab liquidity. But if we go higher than 358 again, another key level is 334. This is the zone that I would be watching it, just because this is the candle that made the new high. I'm taking some more BZFD here. I did accumulate some more. I like the way it's holding view up. Accumulated more BZFD. I think it looks almost to the T perfect. So, the sound isn't clear. I'm sorry. Maybe it's my fan. Maybe it's my fan. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. All right. So what we were on SYTA. So yeah, we wanted to come down to this 358. Okay, the sound is good. Perfect. We wanted to. All right, now let's go over some high volume weekly levels. Where are we sitting at? What are we looking at? So what do you guys see? Where's the highest volume key level right now? Where's the highest volume key level? BZFD is looking great for us. I don't want to keep talking about it, but it looks great. What do you guys see? Highest key level right here, highest volume right here, 358. So the same level that we already had for market open. So now we're going to look for 358, 356 to become support. And that's just a clear indicator to market the next liquidity, which is 495. I think that's a pretty clear game plan. I think that's very fair and very realistic from 356 to 493. If they grab liquidity above 493, then it's going to come down anyway, but I would like it to come down before they start to grab liquidity, and start to slow down right now so it can set up for open, retest 356. I'm not buying it up here. I'm not chasing it up here. You guys can tell it's between support and resistance, and it's in no man's land right now. So if it does come down to 356 before breaking out of the high, I'm super confident that this will be a good trade. So we'll see how it sets up though. That's why I'm always trading live, because I like to watch the setup. I like to conduct it live. And that's what we'll be looking for. But yeah, SYTA dips for me, worth watching. What else is running? Let's check it out. So we have the other one, AKTS, running. Just an FYI, let me go over BZFD real quick. What are we looking for? Because we're in this one. BZFD, this is what we're looking for now. So we held that key level. We held that key zone in which we added, right? Have your limits to the upside over 4s, 415s, whatever you want. But now we're starting to test this downtrend break. Right now we have buyers coming in with good volume. We've grabbed liquidity to the downside. Now we're just looking almost to the T perfect for new highs in 440s. Okay? So I think this is setting up almost perfectly. Now let's look at what's it called? AKTS, sorry. All right, so what's the flow? Nice setup. I like AKTS just off the dome. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like AKTS dumped. Very interesting, because this has a clear supply zone marked out now. You guys can see that this selling zone pressure should now be flipping into support. So we're going to mark out this gap in price. Gap in price meaning there's no wick here, so it still needs to get filled. So now this is becoming support. I would look for an entry, A++ entry off of 36. Right off of 36. That's A++ entry. Writing that down. All right, AKTS, this is my entry right here. When it comes down to 36, why is that? Let's check out the 10-minute candle. Okay, let's check out the 30-minute actually where we were at. What does this tell you? This is obviously a protected candle, right? We made the new high. Now I want it to slowly come down to this 36, and if it does that, it's going to be a massive move. If it does that, and we might not though. So let's check out some other levels, because this is already setting up for continuation. So let's go to the weekly chart, see where we're sitting at. So weekly chart, we have room back up to 55, just where liquidity is sitting. There isn't that much significant volume candles, so let's see where we're at on the monthly. Monthly, we have a little demand zone highest volume candle right here. Okay, so this is going to be selling pressure. Mark that resistance, and then we have support right here, which we'll mark out in the green, and then we'll see where we're sitting at on the smaller time frame right now. Okay, so this is from the weekly, right? So for the next leg on AKTS, I think we're gonna need dips. Right now, it's not ready. Right now, it could do something like this, but I just think it's gonna liquidity grab. But I want it to come down to this 36 area, set up for me. Price targets up to 49, and then if we get that moved in 71. But better risk to reward trade is not right now. It's either after the breakout and pullback, or pullback and then like this. Just an FYI for those that do have the 10 EMA up on their chart. I don't have it up on TradingView, but I have it up on Webull. 10 EMA and 20 EMA. Right now, BZFD on the 1 minute chart is starting to hold the 20 EMA. So we're starting to see a flip in trend. Yeah, let's go over protected candle. That's kind of my strategy that I use, but you guys can see it. What is a protected candle? A protected candle, write it down. A protected candle is a candle that made new highs, or a significant high volume candle, or both in one. So a candle that made new highs, or a high volume candle, or the higher confluence would be a candle that had both of them. So for example, on BZFD, that's why I took this entry off of this liquidity sweep, right? Because market makers are going to protect the level that they came into, right? Market makers are going to be like, okay, this volume means market makers. Volume means big money. So if market makers are coming into this level, then obviously they're going to want to protect this level, right? So that's what a protected candle means. All right, I hope that's pretty clear. Is that clear? I'm gonna be, give me just a second. I'm waiting for a little dip on BZFD if we get it. If not, then I'll grab some more here. We'll see. I think it needs a little dip. But yeah, you guys understand what's going on here? You guys understand protected candle? Let me know in chat. Every single person. My premium members know that. My premium members know exactly what I do. That's my strategy. That's what I teach. But I hope that makes sense. Let me know in chat, everyone. Does a protected candle make sense? Not to talk about it too much, but because it's my strategy and I take not pride, but I love to teach this. There's shout out to my boy Eric in chat. Shout out to my boy Eric. He took this strategy that I taught him and he developed it into his own he developed it into his own strategy, and I love to see that. Like this simple protected candle strategy, all he does mostly now is take entries off of protected candles, looks for soaks, and makes bank. That's literally like he had a $3,000 day the other day, I think. So shout out to Eric, big shout out. Love to see the members grow. Look for BZFD breakout here. I think we're setting up for that massive move over this high day break. Sorry guys, I'm still in this play, so it's a little bit of a different stream because I want everyone to bank, you know, so I'm just kind of updating you guys on what's going on. But yeah, what other stocks do you guys want to go over? So we talked about my protected candle strategy. We talked about BZFD. We talked about the plan on AKTS. We talked about the plan on SYTA. What else do you guys want to go over? Any stocks that you guys have questions for? When VPA, yeah, Kellyden, you can use the previous candle as well, kind of that zone. All right, so quite a few people are asking about BNED. Can we see a day 2 run? I mean, day 2 runs are really, really nice, but I'm just not a huge fan of them personally. It depends. If every single person is watching the day 2 run, it won't go. Sorry to do that, but BZFD, one thing you guys want to look for is this downtrend break that we talked about. We are now over it, and buyers are stepping in on this downtrend break. So you guys were asking for entries. This would be a lower risk entry for that move to high day. But let's see, SYTA. I'll go over that. So what we were going over? We're going over BNED. So I'm not a huge fan of trading things that are overcrowded. So that's why I look for newer things. But here's the plan. If you want to look for a plan on this stock, I'll give you some zones. Let's go to the weekly chart, see where we're sitting at. We're sitting at $1. Any high volume candles right here, $1. High volume candle, highest beside, right, high volume candle, high volume candle, high volume candle. All right, so let's see where we're sitting at now on the intraday. Okay, perfect. BNED is actually setting up quite literally perfectly. So whoever asked about BNED, I think it's a great entry. I'm not taking it, but I think it's a great entry for a PT of 118 for those that want to take it. So I think it's a great move to 118. And you guys saw exactly what I did, right? I'm not in. I just charted out the stock in front of you. And we're going to see it hit 118 just because my strategy is from level to level. That's why people make so much money. Because you guys can see the protected candles, right? High volume candles. That's what we talked about, my strategy. High volume candles. So we have a high volume wick here, which is the PT to 118. If 118 breaks and reclaims, where are we going? Where are we going? If from level to level, where are we going? From 98 to 118. If 118 holds, I already marked it out for you. Where are we going? 180. All right. That's just how the market moves. All right. That's just how the market moves. Meanwhile, BZFD is setting up almost literally perfectly for us off of this trend line. All right, one thing I want to go over. One thing I want to go over that I just noticed about BZFD is that we broke over this supply zone. Okay, I just noticed this. We just broke over the supply zone. So we grab liquidity over the supply zone. So now the next liquidity zone to hold is this zone. So this whole zone now, you saw buyers step in here. This whole zone now for me is bullish. This whole zone now for me is bullish. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. That's kind of my plan here. All right. Oh, what's going on? Look at that. This is all live in front of y'all. It's being done live. You know, do you guys want this? Maybe one day out of the week, we'll trade live on YouTube. How many of you guys want this live on YouTube? I think that would be pretty fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. Like on YouTube, that'd be cool. I think one day out of the week, like for like a few hours. Awesome. Yeah, you guys want it, so we'll get it done. I can't do every day. I'm in live every day, but if you guys want to trade with me for free, link is right here. Come tune in with me for free. But yeah, sorry guys, I'm pretty locked in on this BZFD, but let's go over a little bit more. So we went over. People asked about SPWR. SPWR. Ooh. The thing I don't like, high volume rejection right here. I think that we need to break this low for next leg on SPWR. See, it can go right now, but it's gonna top out. If you want the bigger moves, I only talk about bigger moves. I don't talk about small scalps. That's not me. I like holding for bigger moves. I've already made a good chunk on BZFD, but that's why I'm holding for the bigger move, because if you want to make big money, you have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture on SPWR, pre-market plan would be soak below 305, reclaim for a move to high day liquidity. Because they haven't broken below a low. There wasn't enough structure to identify it. Actually, as we speak right now, the structure that I see that might need even, there's the 2 levels actually that need to grab liquidity. Otherwise, it's just going to top out too quick and you guys, it's going to be a fake out. So, okay, beautiful, right here, right here. How do you know if it's a fake out or a good breakout? How do you know which one it's going to be? It depends on where was liquidity grabbed. So if liquidity was grabbed to the downside and we're going up, it's not going to be a fake out. But if they haven't grabbed liquidity to the downside, the liquidity to the upside is going to be a fake out, if that makes sense. All right, because market makers need liquidity. They need resting orders. So if they grab liquidity to the downside, right, below this, where do they target? We always talk about liquidity to all the people that are here. You guys know liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. Market moves on liquidity. Where does it target? Next liquidity zone. Indeed. I hope you guys are learning here. Can you talk about how to scale a small account to 7 figures? I think that's the wrong mindset. If I'm keeping it real. I think that's the wrong mindset. If you come into the mindset with trying to make 7 figures, because you're trying to make 7 figures, you're not going to make it. I hope that makes sense. But if you change your mindset to how can I have long-term growth? How can I build good trading habits? How can I develop a strategy to make me 7 figures? It can work out. Just keeping it real. I'm sorry. All right. So like I said, I had my biggest trading day yesterday, and now I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna take it calm. I'm gonna take it easy. We're just gonna stick to our A+ setups. We're gonna focus. We're gonna lock in, and everyone's gonna make money. So be ready. First things I want to go over is, if you're following me, remember risk management is key. I like to scale off at 5, 10, 15, 20%. So always scale off on the way up and de-risk. Number 2 is that please start using my strategy. That's why I'm here, to help you guys. I'm here to help you. So if you're going to join this stream and you're going to join premium and you're not going to learn, I'm really going to be upset, because I want you guys to learn on your own, and I want you to be like, yo, Minnie, I saw this setup because like you taught me this, and now I'm making money on my own. That's what I want. So please actually start applying what I teach. Start charting out the stocks. Don't just come here and go home. Actually, this is one of the best strategies that I genuinely believe in, because you guys can see I make money from it. Everyone makes money from it. So please actually understand the strategy, and we'll make crazy money, guys. We're here for the long term. I'm ready to make everyone rich. So just stick by my side. All right. So if you guys are here, drop a like on the stream. Please subscribe. I have a lot of YouTube videos coming out. I dropped a YouTube video yesterday on my biggest $70,000. So I will continue to update live on YouTube. So if you guys want to come trade live with me for free, if you guys want to trade, it's my own strategy. What's the strategy called? Well, protected candle, but it's my own strategy. So I don't have a name for it. If you guys want to name it something cool, the mini attack, I don't know. I usually call it the money candle. Sorry, I did call it the money candle. But anyway, come join me live on the stream for free, 7-day free trial. You guys check it out right here. Top link in the description. And we're gonna crush it. So other than that, I'll see you guys on Friday on stream. One day we'll do like a nice YouTube stream, which I trade all day with you guys. So other than that, it's been Minnie. I hope you guys learned something. Take notes. Come live trade with me right now. Peace.